Learning for the full Shlema of Rivka Miriam Bas Sarah. For the full Rivka Miriam Bas Sarah. All right, we're going to do a very short piece. This is a piece we did about 3 years ago, so I'm sure you'll all remember everything. So that's why, whatever. Don't get too bored.
But I wasn't here.
Okay. So Moreno or Rav Miller wasn't here, so it's okay. Shimi wasn't here either. Shimi's here. L'chaim, welcome. Okay. I feel like we just start singing Kol Olam Kula right now. Anyway, we're going to look at something about, through my, such a schus, because I remember we learned this, my Elter Zedi, you know my mother's side, we're directly descendant from the Chadush Yarim, the first Garrett ever. And what we're going to be seeing today is Adar today Adar is just Purim. But it could be that Adar played a very big role pre-Purim. Before Purim was Purim, in that month of Adar, something also happened. And we'll see what was that thing that happened also in the month of Adar. But what we're going to be seeing as well is that it does tie into Purim as well. We'll see it inside. So if you see the third piece, Bechol Chodesh Adar, sorry. No, it's okay. Bechol Chodesh Adar, you see the third piece? Every single month of Adar, something up there happens. Tshuka adira l'Yisrael. There's a tshuka l'Yisrael. There's a passion that happens to Am Yisrael. What do you think that means? Nasa tshuka lemala. Well, we know tshuka means passion, but what does it mean that up there, nasa tshuka?
It's the month before Geulah. So it's something that's happening, which is changing from
That's it.
to the Geulah.
That's exactly it. You have to realize, like we said before, the month of Adar was a Gedat, not Chas v'Shalom to belittle Purim, but something happened in the month of Adar even before the story of Purim. And that's that it was the month that was preparing us for Rosh Chodesh Nissan. Not even Pesach yet, but Rosh Chodesh Nissan. We're going to see what happened on Rosh Chodesh Nissan as well. But it was a whole month of passion, of excitement, like we know. That when we know that something big is going to be happening, so when you know there's a month countdown by us in our house, it's already when the birthdays, whenever it's a month towards the birthday, it's like we have to celebrate every single day of the month towards the birthday, right? That's why, thank God, a lot of my daughters, two of them are Rosh Chodesh babies. So we have like mamish a whole month. Because it's Rosh Chodesh, it's very calculated exactly when it is, right? I've Tiferet's born Rosh Chodesh Kislev, and Liba and Ahava's born Rosh Chodesh Tammuz. So there's a whole month of Tshuka Nasa, Tshuka Lamadis, Ur Lamala Tshuka L'Yisrael. This whole month, Kivyachol, up there in Shamayim, they're also like, shh, look what's brewing up, look what's happening, look at my idlah for the whole month of Adar. V'zeh Perush Shem Adar. This is what the word Adar, Milashon Dira. Everyone knows this Torah. It's brought down by the tzaddikim, especially the Bnei Yisachar brings this down. The word Adar comes from the word Aleph Dar. Aleph, the Efrat v'Yachid, the one and only, the Alufo Shel Olam, right? He is Dar. Dar is Lashon Dira. He dwells. He lives amongst us. When there's what? When we're in a state of what we're supposed to be doing, the Simcha, that's when Hashem Yisbarach doesn't just say, I'm going to come and visit you. It's almost like we say Aleph Dar. Like the Tanya says all over the place, our whole point in this world is to make a Dira Batachtoinim, meaning to make an apartment for God, a dwelling place down here in this world. This is the parish of the name Adar Milashon Dira. Kideis Midrash Truma, like it says in the Midrash in Parshas Truma, which is this coming Shabbos, Masha lemelech she'amar lechasna tova zo aseli. Shemi, I'm thinking about you. Masha lemelech she'amar lechasna. Amevin Yavin. Like a mashal for a king who told his nechutan, his chatan, Tova zo aseli, b'chol makom she'atem holchim, kiton echad aseli v'adur etzlechem. Every place where you go, no matter where you're going, make for me one kind of a place, like a hub, where I can also be part of wherever you are. Such a beautiful midrash. This is what the concept is. What does that mean? It means that wherever you're going, not just when you're in a shul, alavai, this should be like a mikdash, but in your homes, in your bedrooms, in your cars. You know, the Rebbe was very big of putting pushkas in cars. You know that? The Babich Rebbe? To put a pushka in your car. What is? Wherever you're temporarily dwelling. Some of us temporarily dwell on planes. We should put, El Al and Delta should have now pushkas on the planes, probably for the amount of chaver that are traveling Yom V'Layla. But wherever you go, make the saying, okay, I got you with me, Hashem Yisbarach. I told you guys that my buddy from the band Zusha, you know this band Zusha, these young chaver? Mamish, my boys, love them so much. I think I'm going to see them this week. So one of them, Tzcharia, I once asked him, I said to me, how do you deal with everyone, with this fame that suddenly happened to you guys? You're so young, and it happened so fast. And I see you, mamish, have, remember when we went that night, you, mamish, have chassidim that believe that you're mamish Sanhedrin. Like, how do you guys deal with such, So he said, it's easy. I carry with me my Hashem basket wherever I go. I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, whenever anyone says to me, gives me a compliment, I say thank you, and I put it in my basket called the Hashem basket. I put it in a Hashem basket. Whenever anyone says, my God, you changed my life, I say to them, thank you, and I put it in the basket. Beloved. Which made me like him, a million times more now. It's an amazing concept, Hashem basket, right? That's what it means to walk around everywhere, making a kita, making some kind of a little dira. Wherever I go, no matter what's happening with me. So that Hashem could really not just always be with me, I feel it in my heart. I'm conscious of it, that there's a makom migdash of Shechina, Asheras Shechina, with me wherever I go. Yossi called me a few weeks ago, asked for a bracha for the guys before they went on the court, Motzei Shabbos. And I thought you were kidding, and you weren't. I know.
Guys,
I know.
Please look, and it worked.
You only did it once now?
For the big games, the players come. We're going to be coming back.
Now, V'terem, 6th line. V'terem sheba Nissan chodesh shel geula, and right before the month of Nissan comes, which is the month of redemption, Nis'oirer chodesh mikodem, also tshuka. So there's a whole month of passion which is awakened. Passion is awakened for a whole month before. Shaya az terem gmar hamishkan. What were they excited towards back then? Vayihim biyom klos Moshe es hamishkan. There was such an excitement for that day that Moshe Rabbeinu would finally, the Mishkan would be erected and it wouldn't fall again. It wouldn't break down again. Well, that's what happened with Chodesh Nissan. Hakamas HaMishkan. Now what does that mean, Hakamas HaMishkan? That there's a physical place for Hashem's Shekhinah to dwell inside. There was so much passion, there was so much looking forward for there to actually be a place where we could say, here Hashem, we listen to the commandment. So there's a month of passion during the month of Adar, excitement towards what? Gmar Hakamas HaMishkan. So too, even though our focus is mainly Purim, if we know that there's a reenactment of all the Kedusha that ever took place on each day that we commemorate something, for instance, if there wasn't a reenactment of Kedusha on the 14th of Adar, we wouldn't be celebrating Purim. It's not a commemoration day. It's reenacting something that's happening, that's taking place right now as well. Rosh Chodesh Nissan is the day that the Mishkan was finished to be Mukam. So we have a whole month of passion right now. We have a mamish. Today we start a whole month of Hitorut Shukah, of something's going to happen again. Something's going to take place again. Now we have help now during the month of Adar to get our passion in the right place. They didn't. They didn't have a Purim. They didn't have a V'nahafochu. Meaning until Bayis Rishon. Right? They didn't have, because remember when does Purim happen? Between Bayis Rishon and Bayis Sheni. So until Bayis Rishon, they didn't have a Purim to get their juices flowing. We have it. So Achas Kana V'chama, do we have a reason to be filled with passion towards a certain day? So now he says Tachlis. This is in Ger, they don't mess around. It's very kotzt. It's like, it's not just going to leave you with Voitlach. He'll pound you on the head and saying, well, if you understand what I just said, you're not going to be a cop-out and just share this as Voitlach at Shabbos tables. You're going to live this. Uvechein, therefore, Tzorich ish Yisrael lis'orer belibo tshuka bo'eres. A yid has to awaken in his heart tshuka bo'eret, a flaming passion, burning passion. Lehitnadev. Now here, this is the catch. Lehitnadev kol atzmo v'chayuto vehono la'Hashem yitbarach. You must offer all of your life force and hon. What does hon mean? Gelt. Not guilt, gelt, right? Which helps to get the gelt out of the pocket, but you have to lead nadev kol atzmo v'chayuto vehono la'Hashem yitbarach. These three categories, all of you, that which makes you tick, that which makes you alive, and that which literally we know that tzedakah tatzim imaves, and tzedakah itself, LaHashem Yisbarach, sheishtokek me'od, that he will long very much, sheniske lavod lefanav Yisbarach shmo b'chol lev v'nefesh, that all our hearts and souls, we will really be finally what's called Avdei Hashem. Like if someone asked you, what kind of a Jew are you? When you actually said those words, I'm an Oved Hashem, at that moment, you wouldn't need to categorize yourself and put yourself in any label. Nothing. I got an email from a friend of some of ours. He was crying over seeing the fighting that's taking place online between different labeling and different groups of Machane Yisrael. But if all of us would define ourselves as we are, who are you? Oh, I belong to the Ovdei, the Ovdei Hashem. That's what I am. I'm an Oved Hashem. B'chol lev v'nefesh. Ve'yisnadev shekel. And you offer a shekel. We just read Parashat Shkalim. We're going to have the Machzis shekel also in Purim in a minute, right? What does he say? Shekel's Rashi Tevos? Shiftecha, kumecha, lechtecha. Such a beautiful thing. Shiftecha, when I'm sitting down right now, and when I'm sitting down at the dinner table on a Tuesday night, and when I'm sitting at a business meeting at Wednesday morning, whenever I'm sitting, whenever I'm dwelling, whenever I'm sitting, there's tshuka, right? That moment. Lechtecha, whenever I'm kumecha. This is one of the hardest ones. Because we've spoken about this before. if you could catch your first thought in the morning, it's a very scary thing. Is your first thought in the morning, Ribbon Shleilim, I got another day today? Or is it not even forget, not even Ribbon Shleilim. It's more like email, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, mail, all of the, every coffee screen.
I'm impressed by any of those. Mine's like, ooh.
He says, Kumecha is a key part. That's in the shekel, the middle of the shekel. Kumecha is a very important one. Kumecha. That when I wake up in the morning, what am I thinking about? So the Baal Shem says, if you could catch your first thought and Mekadesh your first thought, that will malava you the rest of the day. That actually does escort you for the rest of the day. It's very hard. It's a very hard thing, especially with little children, because your first thought is not even your own thought, it's someone's crying, I have to get out of bed. Right? They usually are our alarm clock. We love to say, we go to sleep in denial every night that we're going to wake up when we set our alarm clock. Did I sense a sarcastic laughter, right? It's not that. Kumecha, if you can chap your first machshava, grab your first thought and mekadesh it, and say, La Hashem haaretz and la, something like that. La Hashem, we have the Maida Ani, obviously. But just mekadesh your first thought, and then lechtecha, wherever you're going. Right now, we're all going to be going somewhere. For very, very few of us, it'll be work, right? But for some of us, if I ask you guys, who's going to work right now? Come on. I'll notice it's Sunday morning. Okay, I'll ask you tomorrow morning the same shayla, right?
We started at 4.
What's that?
We started at 4.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
I work harder on a Sunday at home than I do on a Monday at work.
Right. It's so true, right? When we think we're the ones we're pulling in the money, our wives are as if their avoda doesn't put our avoda to shame. V'yisnadev shekel v'sheteva shiftecha komecha lechtecha li'iskasher b'chol bo yisbarach. That, so to speak, if my life is really about that I'm an Eved Hashem, that's really who I am, then anything that I'm doing in my life, and that's why it's so important to say this, it's not just when we're here. This is just getting high. We're just getting high right now. That's really what it is. That's why when you go to a shrink, when you go to a psychologist, you're sitting in the chair, you always feel so good. That's just getting high. The question is, when I walk out of that, when I get out of that chair, when I leave the Beis Midrash, shiftecha, kumecha, lechtecha, is my passion that in a month right now, there's going to be Gemar HaKamas HaMishkan in my heart, in my life. That I'm giving, like Hashem Yisborach gave us a month right now of Adar. He's saying, there'll be a reenactment of HaKamas HaMishkan, Rosh Chodesh Nissan, whether you like it or not. But will you have shaykhs to it? Will it have anything to do with you in a month from now? So I'll give you all these mitzvahs you're going to have during this month. Specifically the 4 mitzvahs ayom of Purim, of Matalas Levyonim, Shalach Manas, Kriyas Megillah, and the Seudah. I'll give you all these mediums. I'll give you all these, ways of coming close. But the bottom line is there's a tshuka up there right now during this month. In Shemayim they're looking down and saying, okay, they have another chance now to work on their excitement. They have another chance now of working on an excitement for a whole month. So if they didn't have anything back then, before the story of Purim, and it caused such excitement in the Olamot Elyonim, Kal Vachomer, us, 1,000,000 times over, that we have the Kedusha of the holiday of Purim, to get our tshuka, to get our passion the right way, we can make this month a burning passion. What did he say over here? Lis'orer libo tshuka bo'eres, a burning passion, lehitnadev. Now this is an interesting, I was thinking about it yesterday when Rabbi Risky even pointed out that Bar Mitzvah boy's name was just, it is a beautiful name. Because it's really this Torah, right? Remember his name? Nadav Yisrael. Nadav Yisrael. So what does the word Nadav mean?
They're dead, right?
They're not chayav, right? You're not chayav. Nadava, it's voluntary. He's saying over here, you'll still be like my Rebbe always says, the checklist Yid in you will be fine if you don't do this. Like we said the other week about Adon Olam. If we don't sing Adon Olam, we're still Yotzeh. It's fine. You go home. You have a from Orthodox Shabbos. But this whole thing, he's getting lehitnadev kol atzmo. You're not chayav to do this. But if you're doing it, well, don't you want to do it with all of you already? You don't have to do any of this. Fire, burning, passion, first thought in the morning, shiftecha, kumecha, lechtecha, hono. You don't have to do any of this to be yotze. But if you're going to do it, that's why it's an inyan. He says here, it's not chiyuv. He says, lehitnadev. You have to offer it. And when you offer it on your own bechira, that's when you really become a shutaf in the avdus, in this business called Eved Hashem. And that's when the Mishkan that you built is erect, it stands firm, it's strong, and no wind can come and blow it off. So there's a minhag in Breslov, you say the whole month before Purim, but we already have now 2 weeks, Hatzileni miklipas Haman Amalek. If Nosson used to scream this. Hatzileni miklipas Haman Amalek. Why do we have to say that? Because Amalek says to you, don't bother on the things that you don't have to do. Just worry about the things that they're going to check to see if you were Yotze or not. That is Amalek. And that's what's happened to so much of our Yiddishkeit all over the world. Amalek is thriving. He said, trust me, just be a human being. It's fine. Just don't focus on the things you don't have to do. You're taking too much upon yourself. And yet we know that all the things that we do just because we have to do it, they don't fill in the shamas. They don't make us feel that there's a burning passion that Hashem is born. So we have a month now to get that in check and to scream every single day, Hatzileni nami klipas haman amalek. Please Hashem Yisbarach, save me from the avoda that I'm entering into now. This is an avoda of getting my passion in the right place so that I could truly experience Geula come Rosh Chodesh Nissan, even taste it before. And by the way, you know that the place you reach Leil Asudas Purim, not consciously, meaning through other things, when it's done with the right hachana, you reach that same place Seder night without needing to use anything. And don't tell me, no, you still drink 4 cups of wine. That's not what we're talking about. Meaning that place of real Geulas and Nefesh, that we feel Purim when I'm so comfortable with myself that I say things without even thinking, right? I'm so drunk and I'm saying it like that because there's Hashras, Hashchina in me. If it's done right with the proper hachana that we have now, then you reach that same place Seder night, but without substances. Which wouldn't that be Gan Eden? And we can do it. We have enough time to start this avoda now. I think tonight's going to get us really in a very strong place as well. But each person, wherever we are in our lives, shiftecha, kumecha, lechtecha, machtas hasheka, we have all these parshios, we have all these extra things now. Let's utilize them and scream, Hatzileni na, miklipas haman amalek. B'chodesh.